Today I'm probably gonna make one of the worst mistakes of my life and do some Roblox speedruns. Roblox speedruns.
What game?
Let me see. No, that's one of the harder ones.
Wait, oh. What's that?
There's a couple of different ones actually.
This one?
Hold on, no.
I want to see you in the game.
There is a couple of obbies, which I'm decent at obbies, so I could probably live off of those. So,
Speed one, what number?
no. Literal Roblox speedruns. Speedrunning games on Roblox.
Which one?
Any.
Um,
Any.
this one. No, this one.
I don't mean like the actual speedrun game. I'm meaning speedrunning different games on Roblox. Like, Climb 2,000 Stairs to VIP. Or Who Killed Mario. Or Notoriety.
I haven't played Super Mario since like 1985.
Anyway,
I'm saying it's better.
the first thing I'm gonna do is Mega Fun Obby because supposedly, I don't know if this is the same one from before. Okay, I see promise in it. I see promise in this. I'm gonna make a new Roblox account and do this on there. So I'm gonna sign up by doing speedrun Sundex. Using the same password. Look at my beautiful self. So using this account, I will go to Mega Fun Obby. And is this the one by Bloxton in times?
That's perfect.
So what does it say here? Oh wait, All runs must. So I just have to edit. No, not edit these splits. We just need to edit the layout such that it is not just a timer, but a title. Yep, that's good. It's great because the title shows a number of attempts. Screenshots are allowed as long as you upload your runs to Split IO to prevent cheating. Or do I really need to set up my own splits for this? Tell me there's something in those. Can I literally not do this because it... Yeah, I can't do this. Yay. Great. Splits.io, so screw that. Wow. Let's see what there is that I can do. That's not. Functionality. Escape room? Nah. Going up surprisingly as a speedrun category, but I don't want to do that. Super Blocky Ball has its own thing. It's like a level leaderboard. I'm actually gonna try out this one. I might be able to get something good. Here we go. You got a gift in your Discord. Enjoy. What? Aww. Yay. Okay. I think I can have them as like a. So, how's this gonna work? I'm gonna go here. Is it gonna capture? Doesn't look like it. That's nice. 2, 1. Gosh. Okay. Come on. Okay, ninth place, I guess. Ooh. Race completed. That was like 1 minute though. So that was just palm top here. I got a 65.735. That's actually pretty darn close to best. 15 seconds off only. Not racing. I'm going for personal best. What? I guess that's new. Okay then. Is this Dakota Monster dude the same person on the for Stunt Stadium? No. 49.565. Found him. He's 13th overall. So it's the process of recording it that counts. Here we go. Okay. That was... I don't know. Oh, that was Roblox Circuit. 60.059? That's nice. That's not... That, I don't know what time that is. Just barely above 4th. I was chosen. Okay. That looks... I don't know what that is. I'll figure it out later. No. I just failed miserably at that last point. Where was I at? Like beforehand. I was obviously McManor. Because of my stupidity, I got a 73. That would have been sub a minute if I had actually lived. How? Yes. Oh, snap. That was good. That was great. That was the teapot circuit, was it? That's a 72? First place and I got a 72. Wow. That's weird. Bing bong. Yes! That was sub a minute. That was sub a minute. Nice. That was nice. Don't know where it was though. Ooh, that was Stunt Stadium. That was not 61 seconds. Okay then. We'll go with it. I guess it was 61 seconds. That's fun. Yes. Okay, that's a new personal best for Barrel Boardwalk, it looks like. That's a 62. I know the world record's, like, smaller than that because... Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's gonna be what kills me. That one part right there. No. No. Okay then. That was close. I'll give him that one. Glass houses, I think that was. 68 seconds. I'm not even gonna bother doing the rest of them, but that was fun-ish. Okay. Next game. Um, when it comes to Roblox, there's not that much
I'm hungry.
to do.
What?
I did already. Oh, give me a moment and I'll close it. Hmm? He got the records back. He got the records back. Did he get all of them back? Including the one I took in 4 seasons? I swear if he got that one. No, he didn't. Not yet. Okay. What is left? I'm confused as to what I should do. I was fine when I was just playing Luxor 3 casually, so I can just do that now. Maybe. Yeah, I'll do that. Set it up. And while I wait, I'm gonna get myself some dinner or something. What smells so weird? Okay. That's weird. There we go. There's the music. We'll do a little bit of this. Then we'll get into the good stuff. Last I played this, I was doing endless mode, trying to beat a good times. The thing I really wanted to do is get a 20-minute time on one of these. So let's do it on an easy one. None of these are easy, it looks like, when it comes to 20 minutes. But we've done Wealth of Kings before, so maybe sticking to something we've done well. And to my surprise, it does not work the way I want it to. How did I grab all those? I know we aren't necessarily going for score here, we're going for time. But that was neat. Okay. Next one. You never give me speed shot. You know what actually give me speed shot? I speed through this. I speed through the horde. saving grace for later, not now. Snap, that was quick. Only shows obvious matches. Oh yes, we got Kyan now. Give me... Yes! Just missed it. But I can make up for it. Like right now. Did I just miss it again? Back on track. Move all that. Make it easier on me. And we're gonna save. Oh yeah. How relevant is that? I don't find any relevance in that particular placement. Might be able to make some. Okay. We have a secondary. We have a secondary. We'll use the green right there. It's strategy. All simple strategy. And remembering. Take that. Okay, no cayenne. So we will instead use a scorpion. No. Take the color bomb. Did anything. Preserve our cayenne. This is too discreet. White. I want to save that for now. And purple and red because speed shot is more relevant than. Okay. Shoot that because then we'll be forced to leave the cayenne. Just like that. If we just keep doing this. If we just keep doing this, it'll work out. No! Yes! One. Okay. Need at least 2 times down. We will place here. 1, 2, 3. That's a backward. That's nice. 1, 2, shoot away. 1, 2, wait. 3. 1, 2, 3. Sandstorm. That makes us able to set up this. Then do that. Shoot on white. Why did I do that? 1, 2, 3. Oh. No. Wait. 1, 2. Another strat fail. But it's still fine. Okay, 1. Nope. 1, 2, 3. That's wild. Right there. 1, 2, 3. Nope. 10:21.
Daddy!
It's that back part. It's the back part that gets me. I like close encounters. Shoot, I haven't had live dashboard up almost all this time. Oh, nothing happened. Except for that one thing. Okay. What about Discord? I'm also talking to someone else there. Might actually be able to work wonders with precious cargo. Let's try it. See what happens. I think this includes a couple of lectors. 2. Starting off strong with some speed shot. That's fine, I guess. Okay. Like there. That's great. That's amazing right now. Got something that works for the moment, so we're gonna have to fall back to our usual strategies by the time we reach 5 minutes. Great speed shot. Hold on, my dad's dying of laughter. What it has made you almost die? You do not want to. Okay, it was just a woman flying through the air. Sit. I know this is the reason we have reflectors, but I don't care. I'm gonna make these risks until the day I die. Or at least a minute. Oh great, we got some blacks. 14 here. You know, that's what we should really be going for in the end game, where we're just rummaging around. We can't. Where did I make my mistake? Right here! I changed the different colors of black, but that was affected, so I'm fine. Wait, we got Kyan now? We got Kyan. Let's start it up. Here's blocker. Third. 1, 2. Wait. Actually, no. 1, 2. 1, 2. Those types of matches count, I guess. That's almost beautiful. Except it wasn't. No, I took out the only Kyan. We'll live with it. That's fine. We'll set up a match. We'll set up a couple. That one right there won't be set up. This one will be based on the black. So, take that out. Never mind. We don't need it. Resort the already sorted things. 2, 3. Got him. 2, 3. Okay, only kind, right there. 2, 3. Let's hope the scorpion doesn't get it all. It gets 1. Good. We'll just have to reset our bearings. Skip it. Yes, I can afford some time to set up this. Relevant time. Yeah, okay. We'll set this up like that. 1, 2. Shoot. 1. 2, 3. Die. 2 or 3, I guess. 1, 2, 3. Okay, this is. Oh gosh, okay. We can do here. 1. I was on. Oh, how wonderful this is! We're gonna fail already. Place. Let's do this. Okay, wild. Right there. 2, 3. Speed shot, yes. More, yes. More supplements. We're gonna get above 10 minutes. Guarantee. At least that. 1. No. Okay. Sandstorm. As long as you did not get rid of the actual cayenne stuff. I'm proud of you. But now we actually need red. Why did I shoot that orange? I highly regret shooting that orange. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. 1, 2, 3. White. 2, 3. 1. Shoot away. 1, 2, 3. Great, we're already... No, we need a black. We need a black. Give me a black. Thank you. 1, 2, 3. 3. Shoot away. 1, 2, 3. Gotta find a way to end with it. He's gotta find a way to end with it. Also get some speed shot in the process. So... No. That's a fireball, so we'll just use it right here. Won't mess us up at all because we'll have... Well, actually, better at chances at survival. 1, 2, 3. Shoot here. That was cayenne. But I think I can make this work. 1, 2, 3. Shoot that. We got it. 2, 3. That's a replacer. We'll do it on the orange, the red. Okay. 1. That's a mistake. That's great. 1, 2. Yes! That was... okay then. Yes. Okay. That's fine. We're keeping the strat up. We're keeping the strat up. One. No. 1. Now no matter what we do, we just need to keep doing it faster as we go on. One, 2, 3. Okay. We'll shoot the red there, and another red there. Get the white down. We're saving the cayenne up for the right moment. Right here. That's 1. Yes, pyramid blocker. I needed that. 1, 2. We're not gonna go for orange. Okay, that's fine. 1, 2. I have to choose yellow. Then we'll use it in between the green and the orange. That sets us up. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I know. The moment I mess this up, it's gonna be GG. 1, 2, 3. This is how overpowered, No. We have... purple. Yes, thank you. This strat is so overpowered. Doesn't matter. Oh my god. gosh. Yes, got it. Okay, so no. We gotta hope for speed shot. That's a fireball, not a speed shot, but we can use it. That is not where I wanted to use that. But it did set us up for something. Oh my gosh, this is fast. This is fast. This is fast, and I can't find matches. 1, 2, set it up. 3. Okay, we're fine. We're fine now. 1, 2, 3. We're fine for the next one. 1, 2, 3. We gotta reverse. Save us some time. Okay. We'll just resort it. No, we can't. Too late. It's too late in the game to go for resorts. Just choose a color, get rid of it. Choose a side. One, 2. Oh my gosh. 3. Got it. 1, 2, 3! My gosh! Sandstorm! Because... Yes. Now just... don't make any more mistakes. What? You got him. What? I can't hear you. Talk. Oh! 1, 2. Speed shot. Favorite. That's the only kind. I gotta use it wisely. 1, 2, 3! Oh gosh. Can we make it to 20? I think we can make it to 20. One, 2, 3. Slow it down. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Fireball! 1, 2. No, 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 no. That's it, that's it. Thank God.
Did you eat a donut?
Yeah, I just said
Don't open the donut.
Some of the puzzles now. Those should be easy. Oh yes, this is gonna be easy. That's easy. difficult. I'm not gonna try the impossible. Who put one in the microwave? I want Butso right there. What else can I do? Oh yeah, some word about Little Alchemy. Currently, it has been difficult for me to
You said yes, sir. Lane?
accurately
Yes, sir.
note everything about Little Alchemy 1. So what I did is I scratched that, and I started progress on Little Alchemy 2, and got up to a point based on where I was in Little Alchemy 1, in terms of percent. Of course, you see that I reset my progress after that point, because now I'm actually going to sure, not too far. So what I've been doing is I've been categorizing Little Alchemy 2. And offline, I have gotten through the first 10 tiers of items, and I'm on to creating the 11th. I ended off
Mikey doesn't come over here while you're eating.
I ended off with gunpowder, so now I'm gonna do brick and see what happens.
You're gonna wash your hands first. And this shouldn't be over here while you're eating sticky stuff.
We'll probably finish up a little bit of this and then go on to theorizing and stuff. We are busy bee because we only have 3 or 4 hours before I go to bed. I got something going on tomorrow. Can you turn that down? Will you? And then the last thing for this tier to combine with tier 10 is Pond, which has 3 undiscovered items left in the making. So when I combine Pond with grass, I make weed and algae. One's new for one is new combination, but the other is not. So it evens out. Pond and algae is swamp. Turn it down. You're not going to. Pond and reed make swamp. So we still have one undiscovered item. Pond and owl make duck. Okay. So I'm guessing pond and pigeon and pond and chicken make duck as well. Pond and flower make water lily, which means there's 2 combinations remaining. And I think I just spoke of them. So let's write them down, just because I know they're gonna happen. Pond and pigeon, pond and chicken. Depleted. Depleted at tier 11, strike through. And how many items remain in this tier? 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm not counting final items. Sand is next. We ended with 4 undiscovered items for this one. Sand plus castle is sand castle.
Get married. We're supposed to be getting married right now. It's a kiss. A kiss of death. Oh, wow. Oh, I get it. You're oh my god. I thought you were saying, nah. You were saying, mwah. Okay, I get it. So you do want to date me. Okay. So, please, you take this person. Wait,
Sand plus cactus is desert.
Come on, let's get married in Roblox. Okay, so you should stand here. Okay, ready? Ricky?
And cactus is done.
I knew you were the one. We went through a lot of uphill battles. You tried to save me from the bully, but you failed. I remember when I asked you for our first disco. Will you marry me?
The more we deplete in this thing, the higher the chance we have to finish this on time. Which is why I want to deplete as much as possible. Sand plus steel is gold.
Look, I'm gonna take it as a yes, because you're silly, and that's part of what I love about you. I love your humor. Okay, very well. I wish you the best of luck in the future. I said I do. I do. There you go. All right, go to college or go to jail.
Sand plus steel is gold.
Remember it. Now, your choice: prison or college. We're getting married before we go to college or prison? That's a bit young. I'm gonna go to college. I'm trying to get an education. I ain't trying to end up in prison. Nah, I'm a good person. Why can't I go to college? Oh, I was about to say. Oh my gosh. All right. Oh no. What is 8 multiplied by 8? 56. Right? No, 64. 62. 64. 64. Oh, that's actually count. Okay, there we go. All right. What bone is located at the center of the rib cage? It's not the septum,
I need you.
It doesn't S. What is it? The lung. It's a bone. It's that bone in between your heart. It's not an S. The sternum. Sternum. I knew it was something S. I told you. It keeps taking my
Anyway,
away. Okay, there we go. What's the next one? What is the square root of 4 multiplied by 16? Wouldn't that be 32? Yeah. Wait.
Oh, there it is.
I just figured that one out. Because the square root of 4 is 2. 2 times 16 is 30. I am a genius. What is the green pigment found in plant called? Isn't it chlorophyll? It's called a leaf. No, it's not called a leaf. It's called, I remember I used to drink this thing called chlorophyll, and I think that's what it was. It used to be real tasty. What? How come you always get through the door and I'm the one getting? I said a leaf. A leaf. Name a common greenhouse gas containing only water. Yeah, H2O. That was easy. You know these people be using Google now. All right. 4A plus 6B equals 10. 2A minus 4B equals 12. What does 12A equal?
Sand and whatever.
Wouldn't that be? Let's see. If that's 4 times
Sand plus
5,
ostrich
no,
equals
4 times
desert.
2. It has to be 4 times 2. Or
No,
12?
it's not an ostrich.
Try 12. Try 12.
What was that?
48.
It was Aftershock.
I knew that because I was smart.
That was a vulture.
Because it's look at I just helped out all these people except for you. You got trapped. All right, let's see. Oh, wait, I didn't see what that guy said. Find your lost love. Wait. Did you die? Don't be trying to flirt with other people now that you're dead. Or now that I'm supposed to be dead. Wow. Wow. Okay. So find your lost loved one. Where is it? Where's my lost loved one?
Okay, so we just did vulture. Time to check everything else. Sand plus cow is camel. Lol.
Where is it? Where is it? Here it is. Here it is. I love you and I always will. So we have to find flowers. Find your loved one's favorite roses. Teal, orange, and purple perfection. All right, so they're all hidden around here somewhere. Where was teal terror? Orange something. Okay, we've got purple, but that's a yellow one.
Sand plus tree is palm and cactus.
Look, my loved one. Oh, is that purple perfection? Yes, I found purple perfection by the house. Okay, we got that one. So now we need teal and orange. Ah, orange! It's in the tree. Where was teal? Teal terror. In the water? The water is blue, so teal and teal and teal. Oh! I got my flowers! Okay, perfect. Now that I have all my flowers, I must
How does the be on this?
the grave of my loved one. Rip. Oh no. Oh, where's the grave? Oh, here's right there. I'm really bad at it. Okay. All right. Let's go this way. What's he saying? What's he saying? He's talking about how he's happy. Oh, I know
I have
something. I
to
got
get
you, but I got a flowers. Oh, you got some flowers. Here we are.
the A, the C,
Oh!
and the T.
Time to join your loved one. Oh my gosh! We made it to the afterlife. We did. We did it. We like it. Well, at least we're together forever. Aww.
Sand plus what was it?
Hey, don't push
It
me.
was tree.
All right.
Does that deplete the tree? It does not deplete the tree.
Oh. So look, we ended up going to the good place instead of the bad place. To be honest, I think it's decided to go down there. Look at that. Come on, push me. Go. Go. Go in there. Go on. Aren't you kind of curious to see what the underworld is like? Don't you want to know? Don't you want to find out? Oh! He went there. Oh. Yeah, maybe it was a bad idea coming over here. This is scary. I don't think I really like this place. Is this just a forever base?
Sand, I did not do. Okay, mountain.
People are following you, like they know where you're going. So, I hope you know. Okay, they're all saying go. What do you mean go? They're being very aggressive. What you do to these people? They're still following you. By the way, we just literally went in a circle. What is this place?
Sand.
Okay, I think the down there. I'm not sure I want to go down here. Why would anybody want to go over here? Oh, he died. I have a feeling we're gonna die a lot. Okay, but I'm gonna try my best. Are you trying to kill me?
So after graveyard there was a lava, right?
I'm giving this thing one more go. If I don't make it, I'm just trying to go back over here because this place is dark. It's scary. It's mysterious.
No, after graveyard there was a sheep.
And we just not meant to be here. I'm supposed to go next. Because I'm a good person. And good people. I'm gonna stand here with my little bubble, my little bubble right here, and I'm just gonna be happy the rest of my life. All right. So we have completed our Roblox life. We went through school together. We got married. We died.
And the alpaca was the final item.
We went to the good place together. Look at us. Look at us. Don't stop tempting. Stop tempting fate or fate. Fate. Yeah, that's the one. Stop tempting fate. All right. You're gonna go in there, and if you go in there, I'm leaving you. I'm never going back down there again. All right. Dark, scary place. Anyway, you guys, I'm gonna go ahead and end it here. I hope you guys had fun watching.
So that was mountain plus sheep.
You're watching this early Wednesday before the stream. Make sure you go subscribe to his channel because whole stream every Wednesday and Saturday for Roblox. So I stream for 1 hour on my channel and then 1 hour on his. So make sure you check that out. I hope you guys have fun watching. If you can make don't forget, you can now get your baby teacher plush toy at hellouniverse.com / let's play. You want to break up with me? I thought you were going to propose. I didn't think you were going to break up with me. We're supposed to be getting married.
No. Mountain and hammer make ore.
Let's play, and today I am a little 5-year-old side. I am a little baby side.
Mountain.
Oh, and who is that? Oh my gosh. I might be 5 years old, but I think I've already fallen in love. Who's that over there? Hey, maybe I should go kick him.
Mountain and goat is mountain goat. That's beautiful and quite logical.
Get away from me. Alright, so in order for us to age...
Oh, that's a cute kitty.
I'm gonna go play on a swing. Come on, you...
Yep.
Hey, you. Hey, come back. Boy with the red hat, come back. I want to be your friend. Be my friend, I'll give you a kiss. No? Okay, fine. Oh, we could go on the swings together. Push me. Push me, friend. Oh, look at us. We're so cute together. Look, we're just like on the swings.
Here we go with the next thing.
Okay, come here. I'm just kidding. Oh,
if it can even happen.
Oh, hey, come back.
Mountain and cave. Tunnel.
Oh, we're look, I know we're only 5 years old, but we're already. Oh my gosh. Oh, ew, girl. You. Boys have cooties. All right, you got cooties. Don't be saying ew to me, okay? Okay, happy birthday. I'm 6 years old now.
Mountain and cow is goat.
No one's gonna mess with me now. So where are we going to now? We're going home right now. Definitely. So let's go over to the front door. We have to go inside. Here we go. Oh, it's my birthday!
And with that, I'm down to 2 undiscovered items, so I only get 2 copies.
Hey, don't hit my birthday presents. All right? Okay, let's go ahead and get ready to open my presents. Let's open this up. I got a basketball. All right, so now, oh, look at my parents. They're beautiful. Ooh,
Mountain and rope is cable car.
Yes. Right. Come on, new friend. Come on, let's go play basketball together outside. Yes? Come on. You don't want to go play basketball with me? Shoot some hoops? Huh? Come on. Let's go. Here we go. He doesn't want to go. He thinks I have squeeze too. It's okay though. I'm about to make this basket. Here we go. Stand on the footprint and click on the glue. Here we go. Yes! Good shot. You're thirsty. Go get some Glossier from the store. I'm feeling a little thirsty, you know? Just feeling a little thirsty from all this basketball. Ooh, I made that one too. I'm just gonna walk around with my beautiful balloons. Yes. So I'm still 6 years old. Let's see if my crush is gonna make this basketball shot. Ooh, that person did not. Leon missed that one. But let's see. They're gonna get a fight. Oh, snap, crackle, pop. They're gonna get in a fight. Look. Let's not fight, all right? Let's just can we all just be friends? Oh, he missed it.
Where's cable car? There it is.
I'm just kidding.
Mountain
Okay,
plus
so
rope.
because I'm feeling a little thirsty. Should my parents
Next.
we go to the store like this when I'm 6 years old? I mean,
Mountain plus story is Yeti, I guess.
Ooh, I'm gonna call the police on you. Hello, 911. Okay, so let's do this block seek and aid.
I don't get that one.
Here we are. So where do we have so click the fridge doors and click the purple drink. Oh, that's a lot of them. It's 99 cents. That's not even a lot. Am I gonna age up again? Okay, we gotta go home to have another party. Another birthday party. Hey.
And that's it. For Mountain, at least. There's one more item left to discover for it. And I think I'm gonna discover it next time. Because look at the variety we have right now.
I'm not fondling you. No. One day,
Metal.
like 20 something, you're gonna
This has a lot of usages
marry
left.
me, and I'm gonna say no to you. Just kidding. I'm probably gonna say yes.
And I want to get rid of them all.
Birthday party.
Let's do this.
Oh my gosh, do not tell me we're getting a little pet cat. I will die.
Mountain and ash is steel.
Play with the pet on the trampoline. Oh my gosh, we've got a cute little pet named Fluffy. Hey, whoa! Boy in the red hat.
No, metal and ash make steel.
My cat's name is Fluffy. Boy in the red hat, what's your cat's name?
Ash makes steel. Metal and duck make airplane. That makes sense.
Fluffy, come on. Where's my cat? Where's my cat? Oh, there she is. Come on. Hey, boy in the red hat, we've got to go to school together. Come on, let's go.
Metal and diamond is red.
This is why I don't like boys, okay? Look, do you want to go to school together? Do you want to walk? Hey, come back. Do you want to walk me to school? Do you want to walk me to school? Because it's dangerous. I don't want to walk by myself. I might get kidnapped. I'm 27 years old. You shouldn't go to school but walking by yourself like that. I think we should walk together. Even if we don't like each other. Just for safety purposes. You know?
Metal plus hammer equals bell.
Only if I look. What do I have to do? Huh? Wow! Boys are so nasty. Okay, let's go. Let's go to class. I'm not gonna be his friend anymore.
Metal plus eagle equals airplane.
I'm gonna go to jail now. Right, let's go back into room 101. Here we are. Okay, so we have a math quiz. Bob had 12 bananas. He ate 7. How many does he have left?
Metal plus
5 bananas. Correct.
Metal plus eagle equals
So
airplane.
I'm gonna throw up.
And we still have 5 undiscovered items.
Look at the boy in the red hat. He's still stuck over there because he's not smart like me. Here I am. I'm so smart. I only want 12 minutes. I mean, minus 7.
Metal and oxygen equals rust.
Okay, so now I am gonna be 9 years old after this.
Now we got some other usages for oxygen which I know of, but I'm not going to do them yet because I want to be formal with it all. Seagull in metal is airplane.
Wait, what is it? You got a bicycle! No way! Oh my gosh, I'm gonna learn to ride a bike! What?
And basically any other featherless flightful bird is airplane.
Nothing.
Airplane! Yes. Does that finish off vulture?
Follow the arrow, we're gonna have to jump and get over the curve. Okay, that seems a little bit dangerous. Maybe I should wait for the boy with the red hat. There he is. He still hasn't told me his name. Hey, boy in the red hat, wait up for me.
Oh, great.
What's your name?
Let's see if...
What's your name?
Nope.
Oh, here's the curve.
Does not finish off vulture, but we still need to add it.
Almost there. Oh, there it is. It's straight ahead. Oh, I'm so ready for this. Here we go. I'm not scared. I'm not scared at all. Okay, ride your bike to the playground to jump over the curve.
Metal plus owl equals airplane.
So I'm just gonna follow him. Hello, I know you can hear me. What's your name? Huh? Oh my gosh. I followed him and now this is a bad idea. Now I can't. Oh my gosh. I should have never. Oh, he fell. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Is he okay? Is he dead? No, I think he's okay.
Metal plus crow equals airplane.
I don't want him to like get hurt, you know? So right to the top of Little Bike Park. Oh, where's Little Bike Park? Oh, I think it's, oh, there's no way I'm brave enough to do that. Oh my gosh, we're gonna have to do it. Oh, I did it! Whoa! Look at me go! Yes! I'm going to be the next BMX rider. Alright, so now we've got to go back to our house to have another birthday party. I'm over here just like, oh my gosh, I got worried about him. Because he keeps falling like
Pigeon.
That's not good. So let's open our gift.
Pigeon and metal make
What
airplane.
the heck is that? I got a new pet. Play with the pet on the trampoline. I got a dragon? I thought I was going to get a kitten or a dog, but a dragon? Okay, what is the boy say? No, come back. Why are you always in my house? I'm not stalking you, I promise. I have to go. Bye. I think he knows I like him. This is really
Metal
bad.
and lion
Right, I go
equals
find my
cage.
boomerang. Let me just go find it. Let me just find my boomerang, and then that's it. No big deal. Where is
Metal
it?
and lion is
There it
cage.
is. I found the boomerang. Okay, go outside where there's lots of room to throw it. Yeah. I don't want to accidentally hit anyone with it and kill someone. That would be really bad. Alright, so let's throw our boomerang. Yes, I don't even know where it went. But it's my birthday again. It's your birthday. We're gonna party like it's your birthday. Okay. It's skateboarding time. Oh no, I don't think that's a good idea. Me on a skateboard, I'm too clumsy for that kind of life. But I guess I gotta do what I gotta do, right? So I think we're gonna have to go back to the skate park.
Metal and carbon dioxide is fire extinguisher.
Or something again. Maybe when I get older, me and the red hat boy, we're gonna end up just being best friends forever. Maybe, who knows? But look at me, I'm killing it on the skateboard. Yes. Whoa! I wasn't ready for all of that. Look at that over there. Okay, I'm gonna
Metal and rope is chain and wire.
Ride your skateboard to giant skateboard or walk if you prefer. I feel like walking. Yes, I feel like walking would be a better idea. Oh my gosh, I did it! Okay, can I get to the top? Go on. Yes. All right, I did that. Now I need to get on top of this hill right here. Okay, let's just jump. There's no way I'm gonna get. Oh! I did it! Where did my future husband go? Where he is.
Metal plus hummingbird is airplane.
I was too good for him. He couldn't keep up with my level. Alright, so now we gotta go down here. Probably have to go in this one. Oh no. We're going on this one next. This is basically like walking straight up. What the heck? There's no way I'm gonna make it.
Oh my gosh, did I even... It's still 5 plus after all those combinations.
We got this.
Wow, okay.
Alright, dragon.
Explosion. That's gotta be a small amount of... Okay, 2 undiscovered items.
You want to see my skill? Yeah.
What would like to combust today?
Oh my god. Thank you. You got pretty good skateboarding moves, I guess.
Metal and steel make grenade.
Okay, let me try to act cool. Let me act cool. I don't want to embarrass myself, you know?
Explosion in steel.
Oh my gosh.
Make grenade.
I can't. I have to get on the skateboard. I'm sorry. Come back to the skateboard. They couldn't even keep up with himself. And I gotta see where he's at. I gotta make sure he's safe. He just went down the hill. Oh, he's so brave. It really is. Wait for me. Hey, wait up. Wait for me. Let me get my skateboard and then we can go together. Okay? Just
Explosion plus vegetables equals juice.
I'm about to turn 11. Oh my gosh, I'm almost gonna be a teenager. I'm so ready. I'm so ready for that. Here we go. Let's go home. Come on. I'm over here. Alright, let's see who's gonna get home faster. But he's so good at the skateboard. He could ride a skateboard and dribble a basketball at the same time. Like, what the heck? He's amazing.
One undiscovered item. Next, Lake.
Let's see what I'm getting. A slingshot? That sounds another dangerous thing to give me. I don't know if I recommend that. Okay, so we've got to hit the mold. Okay. Okay.
Lake.
Chase them away with their new slingshot. All right, listen. I'm going to try to
Lake
get all
in
these.
grass algae.
Alright, so now we've got to go to the front yard. Is there more in the front yard? Maybe I could keep one as a pet. Oh, that would make me so happy. Okay. Okay, oh, we got it. Let's feed the pets at the pet shop. Oh, okay, we got to go to the pet shop. Okay,
Lake
no
plus
problem.
algae is
No problem.
swamp.
This is going to be like my first little job, feeding the pets at the pet shop. So, where is it? Ah, it's over there. I like animals, so I can't wait to see this. But I gotta get food for the dragon and the puppy. So I don't want them to go hungry. Go across the road. There we go. Let's get across. So now, hey, you can trade pets here if you wish. I don't think I want to trade them. I love my pets. You know. Let's get some pet food. Let's see which one. I gotta make sure I get good quality food for the dog. So age 12 pet, age 9 pet. I'm 11, so I'm kind of like in the middle somewhere. But let's feed the dog outside. Ah, there they are. Hey, doggies. Here you go. You got some food.
Lake plus reed is swamp. Ooh, it finished off reed.
That's nasty. Ew. That's not cute.
I like that. I like that.
Smell bad. They can't let him see me. Like, where is he? Maybe I can run out of here before he comes out. Oh my gosh, no, it was not me. No, it's not me. You didn't see me. Oh my gosh, that's so embarrassing. I stepped on poop and my crutch probably saw it and now he thinks I smell bad. This is horrible. I just want to go home and just wash my feet. It's disgusting. This is not nice. Where is the bathroom? I think it's here. Is it here? Yep, it is. Let's go have a nice little wash. Take this poop up. There we go. Oh, hey. You got a little. You got a bird. That's a really cute bird you have. I'm kind of scared of birds. Well, yours seems really nice.
Lake plus.
Oh, you have me a gift.
Whatever was after castle.
Dinner.
No, nothing's after castle. What was it?
Wow.
What did it just do?
That was a little disrespectful, but okay. You smell like dog poop then. So now you got an active dog. Go to the pet shop to choose one. We're finally gonna get our own dog. Oh, I'm so ready for this. I am so ready to finally have our own dog. Someone left their skateboard right in the middle of the way.
I did end with ponding grass.
Go get our pet. Let's go get our little doggy.
No, it was airplane and Blake made seaplane.
Ooh, I like this one here. Aw, he's a cutie. Look at him. Play with your dog. Get a frisbee at the gas station. All right, come on, doggy. I hope all my animals get along pretty well. We have a dog, a cat, a dragon. What if they don't get along? That would be horrible. That's okay. Look at me getting so tall. I'm 12 now. I'm a preteen. No one's gonna stop me now.
Like an owl is a duck.
Frisbee. Where's the frisbee? Ah, here they are. I hope they're not so expensive. Right, so we've got a frisbee. That means we can go play with our little doggy outside. So here you go, doggy. Go on. Fetch the frisbee. Get it.
Okay, we are at still 5 undiscovered items. 2 more of these have to be used. Lake and dog make seal.
Oh, you just said there was.
Oh, there it is. Ducky, I threw it high enough for you to catch it. Okay, how about we cut over here and open the
Lake and dog make seal.
right here.
Lake and cow make manatee.
Yes, finally, doggy.
Are you gonna snap us some pizza bascos?
So let's go back home.
Okay.
I'm 17. Oh my gosh, this better be the best birthday present ever. I am finally a
Lake
teenager. And
plus cow.
Oh, buddy. Just kidding. Alright, here we are. We're back. What did I get for my birthday? I got camping gear. Oh my gosh. Hey, do you want to go camping with me? It'll be fun. We can go together. Come on. Sure. Yay! He's ready to go camping. Okay, let's go camping. It's gonna be so much fun. It's gonna be a blast. Oh, we're gonna go down there. Ooh, that's kind of scary.
Lake plus flower equals water lily.
At all. Oh my god, we're gonna have to climb on the side of that mountain. What the heck is this? I'm 13. I'm not like a 30-year-old survivalist or something.
Lake plus tree equals swamp.
Oh, let me have a look on my hand. Alright. Animals, I'm gonna need your support. I don't want you guys to push me so that I don't want to die. He fell on that.
Lake plus pigeon equals duck.
I'm over here. Gang. Yes. Oh, I made it. Okay, so where's the campground? Make sure he's okay. He's alright. Oh no, he fell again.
Come on, someone actually read this and reply to it on the form so I know whether I can change up the wiki or not. Which even let's have a look. Nap time. Okay then.
Right there. Oh, there's my tent right there.
When was this posted?
For the campground fire. Okay. There's someone over here. Go over here, red hat boy. Who's got wood? So let me put this.
At the theory?
Really bad idea. So build a fire pit. There we go.
Extension.
We're gonna sit out here and roast some marshmallows. Yes. Look at mine getting so cozy. So good.
Hold on.
Excuse me, what are you doing in my tent? You better get out of here.
For all instances in which a lab photo can be used. Aw, no! My thing got... Is he actually looking at this as a... He's looking at it as a guess, is he? I think. I don't know. He probably is. I'll read what he says on stream and then try to further prove my point on stream if he has a couple of contradictions. Anyway, what's next?
What the heck was that?
I think we still have 5+ for Lake. No, we have 3. Lake and chicken make duck.
Oh, he looks friendly now. Oh my gosh. I'm a pet dinosaur right
Lake and
now.
Story make Nessie!
Oh my god.
I have to. I made Nessie. Lake and Story. Nessie. Yay. Lake and Story make Nessie. That's nice. I don't know if that's not the last thing to do for story because we still need to make a legend. That's it for Lake at least. Next up is Chimney. We have one undiscovered item with this, so I want to find that item in this set. Chances are I won't though, because the only thing I found with Chimney is Factory. And I don't think anything comes close to making that exact something like it. And even then, I don't know about any other combinations this has until I get that item. Okay then. Clay. We have two undiscovered items with clay. Both of which I have no idea what they are. I feel like one is another. I feel like another combination is fossil with to make with for clay with dinosaur. We might put Little Alchemy 2 on hold, like I said before. Theorizing. Clay and Story make Golem. We could voice chat on stream right now if you want, question mark. Jatsko is about to give me a couple of critique on the theory I made just yesterday, period. We could talk over his contradictions and see if we can come to some conclusions. Question mark? Golem. That's the only thing I've made thus far. Playtime. Well, not playtime. Whatever's after playtime is motion. Motion is a basic item, so it's gotta have a lot. It's only 3 items. We've come a long way for a couple of these things. Is there a Kylie at the door? Yep. Hi, Kylie. Of course, she's the only one that gets the response. Steel plus motion is wheel. Currently, I'm sitting at 476 items on Little Alchemy 2. Okay. What did I just do? I did something. Wheel.
Oh my gosh, the teacher walked right here. What kind of nature is this?
Steel plus motion. Where's the wheel? There it is. Tier 5. Motion has already been used, but steel has not.
I'm talking to the boy, huh? Come here, you have to help me garden. So recently I decided to get garden. So I planted some grass, flowers, and I have a few biscuits all in the apple. There. So, David, you want to help me get the wheelbarrow? I'm not touching horses. Don't worry, we're not going to use these things anymore. It's fine. Go get me the wheelbarrow, because I'm going to be taking down the trash. So we're going to go ahead and add some fertilizer to our plants and stuff. Ooh, look at that.
Going to walk over and get a pizza. It might take him a while to get the things done, period. He just got to it at like 7:33. Anyway, that's motion. Next is wall. Wall should have 1 or 2 undiscovered items. Except it's 5. Wall plus grass is fence and ivy, I guess that is. Yep. Wall plus grass is fence and ivy. Hi. Look for your owner. So this is a doubler for grass, but it does nothing to wall. Wall and airplane make a hangar. Wall and airplane make hangar. Note that down. Next up will be wall and hamster to make a cage. Wall plus garden is fence and hedge, I think that is.
So a lot of you guys have been asking
Yep.
me to read
Wall plus garden is fence.
A little more music. So I actually have no idea what this is really about, so I'm excited to find out and read it with you guys. Oh, so there I am. Hey, so we gotta choose our
Wall
name
and
like
garden
always. I'm gonna go with
is
Amber.
fence and
So Amber,
hedge,
what's
not
up?
ivy.
Go ahead and give
It's the
Amber
one
your
right
little
below.
makeover. There we go. She looks perfect. Oh no, I'm late. What are you late to? Every morning before school, I lift out to my
Hi, I'll let you out, but I'm not letting you back in. That'll be Dante's job.
because okay, Jay. So now Jay needs to make over
Not my favorite kind of pizza though. I prefer Pizza Hut, comma, Jack's, comma, or Little Caesars.
Tall,
Period.
handsome, athletic. He's captain of the football team and gets first grade. And he doesn't know why it is.
Hey Google.
Is Jay's looking at me?
Hey Google. Set a timer for 2 minutes.
Sure, 2 minutes. And that's starting now.
Okay.
So awkward.
Got 2 minutes to do as much as we can with this stupid wall, which is making more pain than it is
Yeah, I tripped on the carpet.
help.
Honestly, Mom, I'm
The
fine.
wall and dog is a dog house. That's new.
You look tired. Stay up late writing song lyrics again. Baby? School starts in 20 minutes. Why aren't you dressed yet? I am dressed. You are not going to school in hot pants. You know the rules. But I really like this outfit. I said no. You're not going to school looking like that.
Wall and lion is
Why
cage.
don't you wear what I bought you yesterday? Oh my gosh. You look beautiful. Do you want to ride to school? That would be nice. Thanks, Mom. Let's go.
You set the lion.
Thanks for the ride. Aw, would you look at that? Her mommy still takes her to school. How cute.
Wall and chicken is a chicken coop.
Just leave me alone. Lacey, you coming, babe? Gotta go. Jake wants me. Let's hurry before we get nerd germs all over us. Rude. Hey, Jenny. I saw you talking to Lacey. What does she want? Oh, you know, just some casual public humiliation. Oh, of course. Her classic go-to. I haven't done anything to her. I don't know why she keeps bothering me. Probably because you're her boyfriend's neighbor. The one who has a massive crush on him.
Wall and vampire is castle.
Girl, it's crazy obvious from all those long videos of banging during class.
Okay, Google, stop.
Shut up. I wrote some killer lyrics last night. Really? Can't wait to hear
Order a
that.
couple of pizzas, get a free large.
How did your math test go, by the way?
Big yes! Exclamation point.
Not good at all. Why does math have to be so hard? I have perfect grades in all of my classes except for math.
Inside.
You can't be good at everything. Settle down, class. I have your results from our last test. The person who got the highest score was James Hamilton with 97%. Give him a round of applause, everybody. Apparently I was wrong, but some people can be good at everything. I'm so proud of you, baby. Excuse me? Yes. Well, I have a hard time with math. Is there any sort of math group I could join after school? Not since state budget cuts, I'm afraid.
No, that's gonna get you in quickly.
Right. Maybe
Sit.
or what? Hey man, are you ready for football practice later? You know it. We're gonna kick some serious butt. I've been working out
That's a
like
good
every
one.
day. Probably twice a day.
It just landed right in your mouth and you couldn't eat it all. One scoop. Scoop buddy doop.
Hey Nick. Hey Hotness. Come over here.
Anyway, we ended with Wallen Vampire. We're gonna check here again. See that nothing has happened. And then we'll check here to see that nothing has happened.
Are you done?
And we'll check to see that he has not left. Okay. He is the fact that it's taken him currently 20 minutes to read this means he's going all into this. He wants to think of something. He wants to think of a critique.
Your test is hard.
And I'm fine with that. The more work you put into a critique, the better, because it gives the creator more to think about in hopes that they can create something better. A better hypothesis, a better proof, a better explanation, a better theory in general.
An injury causes your brain to release a rush of adrenaline to minimize pain, so it becomes hard to tell how hurt you are. Right, that's the rush I'm feeling. It was a nasty fall. I want to make sure you're all right. Whoa! Jason's never even spoken to you before.
Knight plus wall is castle.
You'd be so amazed to have you take care of me. Not to mention, spend some time alone with a cute boy for the first
Knight
time.
and wall is
All right, we
castle.
have to let it out. Maybe you should take me to the nurse. I do feel a little woozy.
There we go.
I can tell. Your pupils are the size of walnuts. Come on, I don't want you to faint again. It's because he's in love.
And planet. We still have a lot of usages for this one. One undiscovered item. I don't even know what that is. But whatever it is, it's going to end planet, because I'm not sure there's going to be that much more combinations for everything else that's been made. Planet and ring. Saturn. Yes!
Do you need any water? Babe, I'm fine. You don't have to worry. While you're here, let's give you your flu shot.
Where's Saturn? Where's Saturn? It has to be in this one, because Jupiter's in that one. No, it has to be in this one, because Small's in the other one. So Saturn is all the way down here. Planet plus ring.
Don't worry, I'll be gentle. You can even close your eyes.
That's depleted already. Now this is depleted at tier 11 because of that one thing.
So take off your shirt, please. You're gonna make him take off his shirt for a shot? Holy mother.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 items remaining in tier 4.
There. All done.
Tier 5 time, which has a lot of items, but not as much as tier 10, which I have already just taken out 2 items.
I'm fine. Your arm around my shoulder. I'll help you.
No. 1, 2, 3.
Wow. A good start. I feel much better now.
Ring.
Needles really freak me out. Thank you for, holding my hand and stuff. Yeah, no problem. Thanks for taking me to the nurse. The least I could do for bumping into you like that. I don't mind. I mean, it's okay. I should get going. I have a meeting with principal. Sure, I'll see you around. Yeah.
Yes, it is. Atmosphere. We'll set up for atmosphere, and then we'll be right back. One more time, I hope.
That's right. You have fantastic grades today.
I just let you outside. You don't need to go out again.
Athletes, extracurriculars, and volunteer work. Great support from local boss. Please, you don't want to my father. What about you, Jake?
Someone?
You. Anyway, well, your application is really missing volunteer work. I'll do anything.
Yes.
Whatever it takes.
What? Great, thank you. Da, 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 da. Let's try 220 this time. Okay. Check. No. Okay. Refresh. Maybe it's here? No? Okay. Atmosphere. We'll do atmosphere, and I'll probably have to use the restroom before I get my pizza out, set it beside me, and eat while I do the rest of the things. Airplane and atmosphere is rocket. Let's search for rocket because I don't remember where that was. Right there. Thank you. It's just something new for airplane. Wow. Atmosphere and steel is rocket. Okay. Reminds me of the Atmos cars. Umbrella and atmosphere is parachute. Wow. So one item revealed, one item left. Okay. Atmosphere is done for now. We will do glass when I get back.
I've never brought Lacey here. Really? I already know she wouldn't like it. So why did you bring me here of all people? I don't know. You seem so thoughtful. I guess I just felt like you would appreciate this place. There's a kind of beauty in the stillness here. Well, you're right to bring me. The song this place makes? It's beautiful. Thank you for showing me this place. Yeah, no problem. Oh, look. It stopped raining. Maybe we should get that. Thank you for the ride, Dave. I never would have thought to open myself up to an experience.
Okay, 2 minutes and 20 seconds does not look like a bad time to put it in for.
Did he just wink at me?
All the cheese melted.
You're around. Oh, girl.
It's an easy breakaway from the
Hey, Dad.
crispiness creator.
The coffee shop.
And all the cheese is retained.
I got the highest score in the class. What was the percentage? 97. 97. This is what happens when you drink coffee with your friends instead of studying. I'll do better next time. Good. You'll need to in order to take over the family business after you finish college. Right. Are you excited? Listen, Dad, I'm not in you right now, alright?
Okay.
If you just walk away like that, go down at the car before I throw it out the window.
He's online. So I don't know why.
I don't care about Hamilton International, Dad.
Okay, Delaney?
Yeah. It's your business. Not what I want to do. Enough. You will do as I say. Oh, she's getting in a fight too. The decision is final. We're donating your short shorts to the homeless. Fine. Both having parent drama.
Oh, he just did that. Okay, never mind. That wasn't what I was going for, but okay.
Yes, girl, take your heart out. Two different worlds. This little girl in the shadow and a screw job in the spotlight. They didn't know it then. They had no response to their stuff. So far, I
But,
am in love with you.
eh.
And it's only episode 1,
I
so
guess.
we know what's gonna happen.
Glass.
But there's gonna be drama. We already know. There's gonna be tea spilled everywhere. Did I just say that out loud?
2 undiscovered items.
Did you say pee?
What?
What? She just say there's gonna be pee?
Yes, this is what she watches on a daily basis. I don't know what it is.
It does not look appropriate for you. At all. Find something new.
I think that's a greenhouse. Glass plus grass is greenhouse.
This is how babies fit. Alright? Yeah. And right next to you. Oh, what's wrong? He's still in the bed. Karina, you went through the bed and I was on the floor. You can do the same, right? No, you can't. Right? No. Ooh, Daddy, what's this? I don't know what's that.
Come on. Glass and steel make mirroring glasses.
Hi, Daddy.
Okay.
Baby, hey, back here. No! How dare you give me a pill, Daddy! Daddy, no!
baby. Brain Gangs Part 5. I haven't even been on 5 dates. I've been on 4.5. Don't ask me about the half. The girl didn't show up. Anyway, man, moving on. Man, we're about to answer some of these questions, and this time, we're gonna win, okay? Or we're at least gonna get a decent score. Last time wasn't looking too good. We get 7 seconds to answer each question, so just put your answers in the comment section down below. And everybody comment down below your favorite game. My chain says DMS, Dang Matt Smith, or it stands for DMs, which I have not. Anyway, now before we get started, this video
Glass and Garden is
sponsored
greenhouse.
by Joyride. Now this is my new favorite app where you can play the most epic live trivia and music game shows straight to your phone all throughout the day. You can face off against others around the world in Music Mania, the biggest show on Joyride, where you must try to guess the song. Now you get 10 seconds to answer each song as it plays, and if you get all 9 right, you win. But let's check it out. Let's do it, man.
Welcome to all you guys. I see all you guys are excited.
I'm excited.
Let's get started with song number 1.
All right, come on. Oh, come on, that's God's plan already. You already know what it is.
God's plan.
Got it, baby. But in any of these games, if you win, you get to win real fun. You can even video chat and team up with some of your friends to win even more. I battled one of my friends earlier
Some form of
today
it.
and decided to team up, but check that.
Maybe.
Oh, shoot. Lights. Green light.
No.
I win, confetti.
Delaney, it's too loud.
No, I don't. Sorry.
We're right here next to it.
Okay, guys, is that criminal thief or
I think thief. Yeah. Come on, thief. No! Plus, the app is free in the App Store for iPhone and Android. And
Okay.
also subscribe to get even more access. Hey, hashtag access. But now, let's get into the video. Now, everybody, let's get our glasses and let's... So I decided to join Molly Basket Rabbit, and she made her very own block for a bank. She was getting money for people to invest into her bank, and I thought, do this. Everybody, be sure to comment down below your score, which ones you're getting right, which ones you got wrong, and just let me know if you beat me, which hopefully you did. It's time, baby, for you to get a girlfriend. Hey, I got a girlfriend. I got her. She doesn't go to our school. She goes to. She's homeschooled. You don't know her, okay?
Greenhouse again.
It's time, baby, for you to get a girlfriend. Hey, I got a girlfriend. I got her. She doesn't go to our school. She goes to. She's homeschooled. You don't know her, okay? It's time to do a spot the difference brain game with part 6. We're gonna find out exactly how smart we are, or how not smart. But look, it's not a competition. You know, all that matters is that you play the game. Okay, no, we are trying to win. So please comment down below your favorite game. It can be your favorite board game. It can be your favorite video game. Any sort of game. Let me know in the comments down below. And be sure to click the links in the description. Get some of that Dang Matt Smith merch. The family-friendly hoodies. Yeah, gotta represent all. And let me know in the comments if you guys know what this character is from. What game. Let me know. Yeah, and look at this chain. Yeah, man, represent. Oh, man, let's go ahead and check out this spot the difference brain game. Let's do it, man. The first one. What do we got? Do you know how to survive? Okay, these ones we got 7 seconds to answer. So let's do it. You gotta climb that tree. All right, if there's a tree, you're supposed to climb it, right? Right? Yeah, man, we gotta climb a tree or have to do something they can't get over. Yeah, because it was a fat. No, they have thyroid issue. You know, it's genetic, so they.
He's still online, so there's still hope that he's looking at it.
It's time, baby, for you to get a girlfriend. Hey, I got a girlfriend. I got her. She doesn't go to our school.
Thank you.
She goes to. She's homeschooled. You don't know her, okay? It's time to do a spot the difference brain games with part 6. We're gonna find out exactly how
The
smart
sun.
we are, or how not smart. But look, it's not a competition. You know, all that matters is that you play the game. Okay, no, we are trying to win. So please comment down below your favorite
Sun plus grass is hay and oxygen.
And be sure to click the links in the description and get some of that dang that Smith merch. The family friendly hoodies, yeah, gotta represent all the cool kids do. And let me know in the comments if you guys know what this character is from.
Aw.
What game? Let me know. Yeah, and look at the chain. Yeah, man, represent. Woo! Man, let's go ahead and check out this Spot the Difference Brain Games Part 6. Let's do it, man. The first one, what we got? Do you know how to survive? Okay, these ones we got 7 seconds to answer, so let's do it. A hippo. You gotta climb that tree. All right, if there's a tree, you're supposed to climb it, right? Right? Yeah, man, we gotta climb a tree or hide behind something they can't get over. Yeah, because it was a fat. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. They have a thyroid issue.
Hay is sun plus grass.
They're not fat. They're just carrying a little holiday weight. That's all. They ate a lot.
He hasn't responded yet.
But seriously, that girl climbed that tree fast. Dang, girl. She climbed that tree like she was trying to get away from her ex-boyfriend. This is what girls do when I ask them out on a date. They just climb a tree. And then they're like,
You can't get him.
I'm like, yeah, no, I can't. Moving on. Let's keep it going. All right.
Where's
Do
oxygen?
you know how to survive?
I
Scorpion?
swear there's
Oh,
oxygen
no. You
here.
step on it. You just step. Okay. What do you do? You just, I don't know, hide on the log? You jump on a log? Is that what you do? Please tell me I'm shake out bed sheets.
You're gonna get a lot of different oxygen things right now.
Firewood? That's not how you survive. Like what kind of how to survive a scorpion? You just have to be careful. Like what? Okay, I guess I technically got that wrong, but whatever.
Sun plus
Scorpions aren't
steak
really that
is
big.
jerky.
Or you just one step, man. Just step on them with your size 11 boot, and that's it. Man, gotta be careful. How do you survive the snake? Oh gosh, man. You're supposed to grab it like by the tail, I think, right? Right? You grab it by the tail, and then, well, no, not by the head, towards the head. You make noise. What? Make noise when you walk through the jungle. Stomp your feet. Number one, why are you walking through the jungle? This ain't the Jungle Book. You ain't Mowgli. Okay, I'm pretty sure
But that gets rid of steak. That's great.
I don't know, man. Don't listen to me. Just listen to this. You're supposed to make noise when you walk. Just like stomp your feet if the snake's coming in. I don't know if that's gonna work. It's not foolproof, so don't sue me if this is wrong. Okay, now a grizzly bear.
Depleted at tier
Okay, you're
11.
supposed to like walk away slowly. Okay, don't run, because then they're gonna chase after you. So just eye contact and maybe stop, back away slowly while speaking in a calm voice. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I got that. Okay, man, Smokey the Bear looks like he's been working out.
Sun and algae just makes oxygen.
Where's your hat? We want to know. Or just live in a place that does not have grizzly bears. How about that? Oh, panther. Oh, geez. Why do all these animals look like they work out? Okay, a panther, you gotta, slowly step back. Same thing. Just move slowly, not run. Yeah, see, never take your eyes off the animal or turn back. Okay, got it. Yeah. This dude looks so scared right about now. I mean, I'd be scared too. This white man's probably scared of the animal because it's black. Yeah, we've seen this movie before. Some things never change. I'm still
What were you
waiting
busy with?
on
Question mark.
reparations. Come on now. But anyway, how do you survive
Sun
a
plus
moose?
steel is
Okay, first off, let me know
gold.
in the comments, what is the plural form of moose? Is it meese? Or is it mooses? Or is it just moose? I don't know. Let me know. Okay, a moose, I'm pretty sure you gotta hide behind something. Climb a tree. You gotta climb a tree, right? Don't just run. Hey, climb a tree or run. Curl up in a fetal position and you get knocked down. Come on, my guy. I ain't going out like a punk. I ain't gonna curl up in a fetal position, boy. You better get that ass. Okay, in all seriousness, if you get knocked down, do what it says, curl up in the fetal position, or try to find a tree that you can climb. Alright? Dang. No. Man, well, okay, I'm pretty sure you don't run from them because they can outrun you. Make yourself look bigger, right? You got, hey, you don't run, you yell at the animal to make it back off, alright? And, you make yourself look bigger. Yeah, give me that. Okay, so now hopefully you guys know how to survive these animals. Just in case if you encounter a wild animal, you'll know what to do. Now let's move on to something different. Okay,
Sun plus flower is sunflower.
Hey, I got my glasses on, so, it's not cheap. Mystery. Nice and easy, baby. Oh, okay, alright. Got it. Hopefully you guys got that. This one, alright, let me know what you guys think it is. I'm pretty sure curiosity has got to be curiosity. Am I right? Hey, yeah, curiosity. Alright. you, baby. I'm doing good. Oh no, wait, what? Wait, man, wait. Time out. What? Man? Oh shoot. Okay, I think it says murder or suicide. Murder, suicide. Yeah. Come on, give me that point. Give me that point. I got it. Close. This one says be the fence. Be the fence. What is it? Is it difference? Oh god dang, I'm blind. Wow. Okay, this one. Sacred.
Sun plus flower is sun.
Slice and dice. Yeah, that's what I was gonna
Flower.
say. Okay, I got it wrong. Dang, man. God dang, man. This is ridiculous. Okay, we got what? Is this like wait? No, I can see it. It's riddle. Yeah, it's a riddle. Okay, come on, give it to me. Oh, level 7. Riddle. Yes.
Last minute
You
changes
best
messed
believe, man.
everything up.
I gotta get at least one right. Imagination. Like
Ouch.
you guys already know. Please tell me it is imagination, right? Imagination. Yes, baby. Woo! Level 8. Be sure to let me
Does
know in the comments you guys' score, and if you guys are beating me, you guys are getting more of these right than I am. Okay, let's move on. Let's go. Guess the animal in his mother's womb. What is that? It's a
change
cat.
always
Wait,
interferes with
lion. It's gotta
anything.
be a lion, right? Yeah, baby, it's a lion. Woo! Got him. It's Simba. Simba in the womb, baby. Alright, moving on. We got
Sun plus tree has to be a lot. Just oxygen. So tree. Sun plus vampire is ash. It looks like. And then that's another solo thing, so we have only one undiscovered item left. See if we can find it. Nope. Or being critical. Hard time reading or being critical. Their dog was causing too much ruckus. I felt it was best I stay elsewhere. Besides, it helps if I have friends over too. Yeah, companionship helps. Okay. So we just did sun. Next is beach, which has 4 undiscovered items. Let's get this all done and over with. Beach plus castle is sand castle. That's the first one. The first one. Beach plus vegetable is coconut. That's the second one. Beach and tree is palm tree? Just palm. my gosh. Beach and pigeon. That's seagull. Alright, exclamation point. A seagull. Said it was nice. Seal, yes, down here. But it's already been discovered with a different combination. So it only helps in seagull. No.
One sec.
But we still have one undiscovered item left.
What?
Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm. Yep, that's it. Ah, my gosh. After beach comes river. River and grass is reed. It looks like. Yep. Just helps with combination stuff. Mm. River and steel is bridge.
What the heck? I don't know. Let me know in the comments what that is. It looks like a shark. It's like kind of shark, but it looks. Oh!
That's nice. River and cow is hippo and manatee. Does not help in one case, but I'm sure it helps in the other. Yep. He's on my form now, period. Reading it, period. I am both nervous and excited to see what he has to say. Um, 12 exit, no save. You don't really need notes for a no save. You don't really need notes for a no save. Learn the strats and get lucky with hallway RNG. Standard, the direct, the whiteboard, the long. Most of the time. Have as many direct you can. Has 5. To start your run. Okay. Dark Side Speedrun Tournament. Okay then. He's still on it. Eek. Okay, hip. Okay, so let's replace cow now. And let's get this last river used? On something. I don't care what it is as long as it's something. Okay, nothing.
Get the biggest market. When you think it's 200, we're going to take it 100. Are you ready? You see what's we're not going to take that space. If you let go of the space at any stage, you will be eliminated. Ready? Set?
Okay then. I'm surprised I got to 40 on that. And I think he's jealous he didn't think of that. Oh my god. I'm like an embodiment of the next generation of theorists. They did their part. They did their part, and it's now time for them to pass the torch.
Okay, guys, 20 minutes to spend with your money. 20 minutes? Ready?
He's done. He's done. He's done reading it. I think he's thinking of a response to make. Or he has nothing to say. Hi, Ned Yarg. I don't know. Also, thanks. While I wait for his great response, I will start with the C. We have 5 plus undiscovered items here. C plus grass is seaweed. C plus grass is seaweed. C plus fossil is coral, which is a final item. C plus no. C plus airplane is seaplane. We already know that one because of the other things that happened. And that's actually something to help me with things. Don't get cocky. I was not planning on being cocky with that statement. And a few English errors.
What are you doing?
I was rushing to finish that. There may have been a few English errors. C plus the Arctic is an iceberg. That looks like an amazing view. Anyway, going from here, we see that whatever is going up is not going to be what we think. Dog plus C is C. Okay, Mr. Embodiment of the next gen. He's on my stream right now! How did I not get this? How did I not figure this out yet? There's literally... I thought it was me watching the stream through here, then Chaos watching the stream through his phone, and then just Nedyard. But what the heck? So you're not going to use live chat to talk. You're going to use Discord, I guess. That's fine. I'll look there every once in a while. It's fine. I understand your excitement. It's like my English teacher said. You really know when you created something good. You feel a sense of pride in your writing. Did I write down that cow, the seal thing? Yet? Every time I take train out here, seeing abandoned buildings, lots, and graffitied structures is cool. That's me every time I come to downtown Detroit for something, period. I see all these cool pieces of artwork on the walls when I'm traveling southbound on I-75. Sadly, that part is under construction. C plus KL is manatee. Did you see the video I sent you on Discord? I saw it, but I didn't get the chance to watch it yet. Love abandoned places. Graffiti is fun to look at. Agreed. At least the first part. I don't have that much of an explorative adventure to find a way to sneak around all the restrictions and go into like abandoned places, but next chance I get it, it'll probably be fun. Unicorn and oh yeah, narwhal. That was like the first thing I did with Yeah. C in okay. Next. C plus bone is coral. Yeah, saw a bit of construction on. It's not just there either. Period. They're working on it everywhere. Period. I-75 northbound on 14 Mile, all the way down to Adams, I think. Comma. Some work being done on Stevenson Highway, specifically on the outer lanes, comma. Anything I didn't mention? Question mark. Coral. Yes, I already did that. I think it's gonna be the same thing with the skeleton. Nope. Good. Sea and tree? Sea and tree make coral of all things? Okay. Okay then. Pigeon and sea. Pigeon. Come on. We're almost there. What's missing? What's missing? 2 undiscovered items. Also, we're nearing the 500s. Okay. Next. Boiler. Okay. One undiscovered item. It's like that every summer for Kalamazoo. Construction everywhere downtown, always doing something. Let's finish it off. Finish off the boiler. Please. Please. Now. I want it done. Come on, everybody, get it done. Yay! Boiler carbon dioxide fire extinguisher. Well, that's because we have this weird governor that says she's gonna fix the damn roads. I'm using her words, not mine. That is a direct quote from her. Do not assume that I said it. Anyway, boiler is depleted. Depleted at tier 11. Part of why it's taking so long is that I'm doing other things, and there's also something that I think is really wrong in your second post, but I have to figure out how to put words to it. Well, if we look at the second post, I know that we can't just go straight from sub 2 and to sub 9 and call it a day. I know we have these lab portals, which we don't know are either unidimensional or multidimensional. And we can only assume one way or the other. So I have to prove that lab portals are unidimensional. And by doing that, I'll be able to further backtrack from Submachine 5 to Submachine 2. Because keep in mind, we don't just use the lab portal in Submachine 5, although that's the big notion of it. We have to use it to get from 552 to 747 with the Wisdom Gem in hand. And we already know from Submachine 9, specifically this picture that I accidentally did in a mistake in a speedrun, that when you have items in your inventories, they are retained when you transport through your layers. So if you go to layer 2 after you pick up your Wisdom Gems from layer 3, you won't be able to get them, but you still have them in your inventory as if you've already gotten them. But if you didn't get them, and you went to layer 2 anyway, you wouldn't be able to get them. So because inventory items are retained when you traverse through the layers, you need to prove that lab portals are unidimensional so you stay on the third layer throughout your experience. Because once you do that, you know that you're going from layer 3 in Submachine 5 to layer 3 in Submachine 9. You also know that you're taking the layer 3 Submachine 5 Wisdom Gem from layer 3 Submachine 2. Does that at all help you put your thing into words? I feel like LT right now, the manner in which I'm speaking. Okay. Okay. Let's just continue with this and see what happens. Let's go to the desert. On what you're writing, not what you're saying. That makes sense. You're only as good as what you can explain in writing. Desert plus grave is pyramid. I'll not say this, I'll just text it out. I'll put you in a Discord voice chat. Or I'd be down to talk as things will probably be said quicker, but then it will be hard to condense down into a response that you wrote on the forum afterwards. Or I can respond to the forum stuff but not focus on your real-time talking. It's just a matter of where the conversation should be had or recorded. I'd say don't focus on me talking, look at the writing first, and if you still can't figure it out, then we can move to the computer. In fact, just to help you out, and accommodate you, I'll probably mute myself, or you can mute me on your end. I don't care what happens. Desert and duck is vulture. Desert plus graveyard equals pyramid. Pyramid again. Desert plus graveyard. I'm gonna move to Discord on here so I can see what's going on. I will say, comma, I was on a G chat with Chaos while that was happening, period. Actually, I won't say that. You have me muted anyway. I don't want to make it sound like it's coming from him. I want to put the blame on someone else, I'll take it. Desert plus graveyard. Desert and sheep. Oh my gosh. There we go. Nope, that's not it. Desert and castle is sand castle. Yay. Desert plus castle was sand castle. Desert plus eagle is vulture. Can any bird type turn into any bird type? Because if that's going to be the case, it's going to be a really difficult time getting through tier 11. Ooh. Now to find 8 Mile. Like, where are you now? Give me a 360 panorama, period. I might be able to help. So, horseshoe plus desert equals camel. He'll just pop in if necessary. And I will hear him. And you will hear him. And we will be happy as friends, I think. So, we're at, still 2 undiscovered items. Desert and Owl make Vulture. We'll replace Owl now. Where's the Vulture? Oh, there it is. Why did I get rid of an owl? Desert and Cow is Camel. Sadly, both have been used, as expected, because there are like 13 different ways to make a camel. None of them include reproduction. That's the desert and tree look. That looks like oasis, cactus. So we got oasis right here coming from desert and tree.
Gotta stop drinking water.
And we have cactus all the way over here. From desert and tree. Vulture. Okay. Now we have to still do this to the chicken. Did we at all replace the carbon dioxide from before? No, we didn't. That's beautiful. Did we have anything before desert? Oh, just the boiler, which did get rid of that. Oh, no chicken? Okay. Penguin? A penguin can become a vulture. But a chicken can't, okay? That's fine, that's
You're gonna wake over here, right, baby?
fine. Desert and penguin. Desert and rope. Nothing. Desert and hummingbird. Vulture. Desert and saddle is camel. Okay, we got everything that already existed. Dune. This is gonna be a long one as well. Except for the fact that it's one discovered item. One item in need of discovery. So it might actually be shorter. Found it.
Hello, hello.
Hello, hello.
What's up?
I'm doing okay. How about yourself?
I'm good. Have we talked in person before?
I think we did back in like 2018 when we tried to rebirth discussions or revive them.
Oh yeah.
I think you still have a live stream of that on your channel, unless it got
No, I don't.
deleted.
I don't because I deleted a lot of stuff, and that was
Mm-hmm.
definitely part of it.
Okay.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna turn the fan down.
Alright. Break time.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, I wrote something and then I stopped and then I submitted it, so you can take a look at it, or we could just talk.
I'll take a look at it before I give my point. First,
Okay.
so I'm gonna mute myself while I read it out loud. First post seems good. I can't think of anything that is glaringly obvious, but it's pretty clear that the mover can't exist in any other layer, and we know that it's the same mover from sub 6 from a
One other
previous
thing
com.
is like I turned the fan down, but I wonder if it's like blowing right on the mic because I guess I'll know later rather than sooner. It's direct over. I should just turn it off.
Regarding the second post,
Being so unprepared for everything.
don't worry, I'm with you. This is the exact same reason I didn't do well in my literature class,
Swear.
at least to my standards.
Oh god, he's talking. I can't hear anything.
Regarding the second post, lab portals being unidimensional is a solid piece to satisfy the theory, yes, which has been elaborated
Sorry, I
on
misheard him.
people for a while before you came along. Again, it's the thing with blue and green portals and layers properties and whatnot. For us to be able to discern that a lab portal does not transport players through layers, we need two views of the same location. I do not immediately see why. So you don't immediately see why we need two views of the same location for lab portals?
Not immediately, no. Unless you can somehow determine that if you have multiple maps, then you can sort of backtrack and show that hence this is why, or like this is an effect, this is a proven effect of the lab portals not being able to go through more than one layer. Sure.
So the thing, the reason I'm saying it as I do, where I need two views of the same thing, because we have two different maps of the same location. Those being, I've made an entire list before as well. So let me see if I can find that.
Well, sure, but just the concept is like what do multiple maps of the same
It's
location lead you to believe? Or
it shows you that there was little to no change in terms of something grand. So
okay.
let's say for example the change from submachine 2 to submachine 5. It's just an addition of rubble. But when we go to submachine 10, you have all this reason. That's a huge change, and that to me implies that it's on a different layer.
Okay, hold on. Which location is this?
Submachine 2 from submachine 2, submachine 5, and submachine 10.
Um, so the lighthouse dungeon,
Just the lighthouse dungeon.
the lighthouse dungeon. Okay. Let me just get there. Lighthouse dungeon. Let's see. Oh, come on, come on. So you think these are on a different layer?
Simply because of the massive change with reason, along with if you look at submachine 5, the brick wall is broken because we break it by doing the pipe thing. But when we go to submachine 10, it's not. Plus plus the wiki uh, explicitly states that if you go to pipe room, I think either that or somewhere else. No, it is lighthouse dungeons just for subverse. I'm sorry. Now I'm the one unprepared. Yeah, right here. In Submachine Universe, to the left of the portal, the arcade machine and gramophone from Submachine 2 can be found. They appear to be broken down and rusted, suggesting that the events from Submachine 2 took place a long time prior. A cave-in blocks the access to the rest of the dungeon, the other side of which is seen in Submachine 5.
Okay, and how do you? All right, hold on. So between Submachine 2 and Submachine Universe, let's just take it one step at a time.
Okay.
Um, you're saying these are on the same layer,
Sub 2, Sub 5, and Subverse. Just at different times.
and how do you know that?
Um, when we go from Submachine 2 to Submachine 5, we have placed the Wisdom Gem in the machine that we need to place it in to complete Submachine 2, but when we make it to Submachine 5 and burst the brick wall open with the pipe, the Wisdom Gem is still there. The rubble blocks off our path to Submachine Universe location. As for how the lab portal got there, I can only assume that it was the doing of Murtaugh.
It's just occurring to me that this path of rubble or this rubble does not. Hold on. Oh, okay, so yeah, there is that room right there.
Mhm.
Um, I would be comfortable in saying that Submachine 2 and Submachine 5 could be in the same layer,
Mhm.
considering there's like an action that could be shown to. It's like a unique action that is shown in both of them, like the cause and the sort of effect. I don't see what is preventing Submachine 2 and 5 versus Submachine Universe from being in two different layers.
Okay.
Because you can't, the only thing that you can show about Submachine Universe is that it has happened at some point after Submachine 2 and Submachine 5. That doesn't give an indication since nothing else has really sort of changed as to whether or not it's in the same layer. The reason I say that Submachine 2 and 5 are in the same layer is because there is something that is actually connecting them, like some sort of physical action
Mhm.
that shows that they were on the same layer. But with Submachine Universe, like that pile of rubble could be there and the location just could be in multiple layers that appear the same.
Okay, I get your reasoning. Maybe I'm coming across the Submachine Universe thing for 550 in a weird way. Maybe I'm just assuming that's in layer 3 because I already did the proofs for 552 and 747.
Okay,
Which,
well let's talk about the 747 because I
okay,
have some hangups with that one.
it's about the stones, are is it?
No, it's not.
Okay.
No, the stones, like if the stones were there after, like if you're trying to say that the subverse version of 747 came after the sub 5 version of 747, that's fine.
Okay.
It was buried for some reason, like due to a wall collapsing or whatever. Um, but you're trying to prove that they're in the same layer, not where they are in
Mhm.
relation to each other as far as time.
Mhm.
You have to the fact that the mover has left at the end of sub 5 and you see the scrape marks on the wall in Submachine Universe,
Mhm.
or wait, hold on, yeah, Submachine Universe, wait, hold on, what did I open up? Not Submachine 5, not Submachine, oh, okay, I was looking at things incorrectly. Wait, so we have this so I have this backwards then. Submachine Universe should have come first. Submachine 5 should have come second because the rubble is in Submachine 5. I thought it was in Submachine Universe. I didn't look at it correctly.
Okay then. Um
See,
So
the thing to think about with the mover is if the mover is something that's used for transportation, it's obviously not gonna be there the entire time. I'm pretty sure that you can say that the mover put those marks on the wall without having to resort to like, oh well, we're in. I don't think what we're doing in Submachine 6 has any bearing as to explain why those marks are on the wall. I think you could just say that the mover made those marks on the wall because what else is going to make those marks on the wall? The thing to realize is just because the mover is not there does not mean in what is it, subverse 747, just because the mover is not there does not show that it specifically took place after we left at the end of Submachine 5. Like
okay.
in that version in Submachine universe, the mover could be like just somewhere else completely unrelated to what we were doing,
Hmm.
especially since there are no rocks in the subverse version, which leads one to believe that it took place before the sub 5 version, which has the rocks in it. And
Yeah.
this is all still assuming that it's all part of the same layer and it's not just a location that has multiple overlapping layers that look like the same thing.
So yeah, you're right about the time thing. I see it now because of the stones and stuff. But you said you're assuming that they're on the same layer because those streaks, even though the streaks have to clearly indicate that we're in the same layer as the one in Submachine 5, just before that particular time. Because when we go to Submachine 9 and use the navigator in the mover room, you can
Hmm.
only see the mover in layer 3.
I don't see how that connects because I think any layer that this location would happen to be in would probably have streaks on the wall if there was a mover being used. Like what I'm saying is that's probably not the only time. It almost sounds as if you're treating the time that we used the mover between sub 5 and 6 to be the only time that the mover moved anywhere. Do you know that for a fact?
We don't have any more evidence in the games, so no, we don't.
Right, but it's a mover. Like it's
Hmm.
meant for transportation. So it's not hard to believe that it's part of a larger system that probably makes routine movements based on whatever. I mean, the movers were used to move maintenance units around the subnet.
Hmm. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It's like if you pop this into sort of a larger context of what's going on in this specific situation, I don't think you can use these events as like unique things that happened, like we were doing in Sub 2, to make the conclusion that the lighthouse dungeon in the Sub 2 and Sub 5 are the same thing, because that's like a unique event that you can sort of point to and be like, okay, these things probably happened in the same layer, because the
Yes.
likelihood that the same thing was happening in an alternate layer is next to zero, because then you would need another person that is also moving the wisdom gem back and forth between the two rooms or whatever it is. You see sort of where I'm going with this?
Yeah, but now here raises the question: how can we connect Submachine 5 and Submachine 9 to Layer 3? We can't just use the mover in Layer 3 for Submachine 9. We have to have that other connection in Submachine 5, right?
Well, it's the same mover, yeah. So it shows you that that mover
Hmm.
at that point in time that we see it in sub at the end of sub 9. I think this is where the wording gets tricky. The only thing that we can say for complete certainty is that when we go to sub 9, the mover is in the void.
Yes.
So now imagine that entertain the notion that 747 exists on multiple layers.
Okay.
It could be the case that the mover is back at 747 in one of those other layers.
So as we're grabbing our wisdom gems from our respective layer, another person could be traversing the subnet in a different layer using their wisdom gems to power up their mover.
It doesn't even have to be another person. The mover could just be parked, again, assuming that this location is in multiple layers. It could be the possibility that, like, let's say this all happens in layer 3, right?
Okay.
Maybe in layer 4 the mover is back at 747. So when we warp to that specific spot where the mover was in layer 3, it's obviously not going to be there because it's back in 747.
Okay.
Or maybe it's off, like, who knows where else. The big thing is that it's not in that specific spot. So you could have a whole other layer where this location 747 and the mover exist, but it's just not in that spot. And you have not, I don't think you've ruled that out.
No, I did not.
It doesn't, and again, it doesn't mean that like somebody else is like specifically going through our path or whatever. It's just
Mhm.
it's off doing something else. So what I would be looking for, if you're trying to prove that lab portals function in one layer, I don't want to use the word
Okay.
unidimensionally because obviously I have problems with the way that layers and dimensions are used.
Okay.
Um, but it has to be something that is different from what you're doing.
So I need to come up with a different proof.
I would say at the very least, don't use what you were using with 747 as proof of anything because I can't see anything in what you said about 747 that explains what's going on with lab portals specifically and why they can't um, move past one layer and why they can only function in one layer.
Okay. Okay.
And the other thing too is I think even if you were to show I th- this is where I was having more troubles with words before too, but even if you were to I think even if it was given that the sub 5 representation of 747 and the sub universe representation of 747 were the same layer, that still says nothing specific about how portals interact. You just happen to have two records of the same location in the same layer. It says nothing about the portal itself and how that acts.
Which also don't make sense because, as we mentioned before, Submachine Universe is technically before Submachine 5.
Are you sure about that?
We just discussed about the rubble right here that came from some sort of thing that happened, which wasn't there in Submachine Universe.
Okay, possibly. I think before I was looking at Submachine Universe locations specifically to see what their maps looked like. And there was one like that which suggests that it takes place before Submachine 5. Yeah, but I think if you go to 104, you'll be led to believe that it takes place after Submachine 4, which granted could still be before Submachine 5. But there are a bunch of tiny little rooms, I think, that, and I might have to look into it more um, closely, that might give some sort of contradictory information.
I think the biggest one that might help with your contradiction is the mover room. 317? No, yeah, 317. We see the mover completely intact. Both the one from Submachine 5 and the one we started in Submachine 6. Well,
The mover room, I don't think there's anything saying that those are the same movers. It could be copies of a different mover. Like what I'm saying is, like, for you to say that, you're assuming that there are only two movers, one that looks like the one on the right and one that looks like the one on the left, that are in the entire subnet, which is probably not the case.
that also means
I'm imagining like a big system of movers to sort of like
Mhm.
transport the subbots around rather than just two.
Now that you bring up that point, it could also be the case that there could be another mover in the subnet with our 3 wisdom gems. No, wait. No, there can't because wisdom gems. Have they been confirmed to be have they been confirmed to be on only on one layer at a time?
Wisdom gems specifically, I don't know. If you go to location 291, the current map for 291 and Submachine Universe, pretty clearly shows that it takes place after Submachine 7.
Hmm.
So now Submachine Universe has a location that takes place before Submachine 5 and also after Submachine 7.
And also one that could be taking place way after Submachine 2 and way after Submachine 4, along with a couple of. Oh my gosh. Maybe the. This is giving me more of a headache than my ACT.
Oh, the ACT is easy.
I just took it today.
Oh, good for you. Yeah, the ACT is easy because there's answers to all the questions.
Actually.
I didn't mean for that to sound like I was throwing shade, but and not at you,
Okay,
but
okay. I see. There's no answers to this. I get it.
but at least you're trying. And see, this is
Hmm.
what I was trying to tell Ant about theorizing and why theorizing is actually good for sort of acting as a litmus test to how well your game world and environment that you create holds up and how the
Hmm.
plot lines go. Because if you're trying to theorize about things, you're trying everything that you can to try to put the pieces together. And it's only after you try to put the pieces together to any sort of puzzle that you figure out, is this puzzle even worth solving, or if it's even solvable. I tried to get him to make that connection, and I think I actually tried more importantly to get Matt to make that connection too, because when he says that he's not terribly concerned with people theorizing or whatever, because this was after I made the
BTM 7.
initial critique. Yeah, the BTM 7, the
Okay.
initial critique of his work. Um, it is sort of important because it is people like basically, whether they know it or not, they're testing the strengths of how your world works basically.
Hmm.
But yeah, that's just me.
Okay. That is completely understandable to me. Um. So we discussed about say 747. Did you have any questions with 552?
I only really skimmed through it. I would have to kind of spend more time with it. We can go through it now if you want.
All right. Basically, I used I used the forum post from 2013 in which one of the forum users accurately predicted the difference between sub 5 void and subverse void, saying that sub 5 void was blue because of the lights, and then in subverse they're turned off so the entire void is darkened, and then Matthaus confirmed it. So I basically use that as proof for void color and how that is not a representation that it's in a different layer.
Void color?
Yeah, because
Oh,
in
you mean the difference in how it appears?
yes, because Matthaus also stated in the Q&A, I think it was question 9, that void could be a different color in different layers, and that's why I was thinking initially until I saw that forum post.
Okay. How does that relate to proving the single layer capacity of a lab portal?
Um, at that point, I don't think I was necessarily comparing it to a lab portal. I was just comparing the two locations in Subverse and Sub 5.
Okay. Okay. So sure, that is a recap of something that actually I previously did not draw that connection myself. I don't really think I read that specific forum post. That's good to know. Um, I'm a little bit confused as to why, if I'm looking for information that confirms that lab portals only work on one layer, why that would be thrown in there if you can't show how that connects to the point that I think you were originally trying to prove. Because again, I understand how important it is. It is like if you can prove that lab portals only transmit through one layer, then you can expand this notion of us going through the third layer to both sides basically of Submachine 5 and Submachine 6, which is
Mm.
important.
Mhm. I actually can't think of that right now after all the discussion we've had. I'm probably gonna take a week or two to maybe work out the kinks in this all. Try a different method like you suggested. And then I can
Sure.
maybe come back to you on an answer.
It might also be that there's something that you've written that neither of us are really absorbing right now too. So don't take
Okay.
that out of it. Or like you'll go back to this and be like, okay, this is what I actually meant by that.
Hmm.
But if you were looking for initial but sort of in-depth thoughts, that's about as far as I got.
All right. Well, I'll say this. Good talk.
Yeah, it was good to catch up with you too.
Hmm.
I look forward to. I look. I actually do look forward to more of what you're writing as far as trying to figure all this stuff out. I think I've come across as pretty cold and critical in the past, and I think I can be if I choose to be really critical about something, I will go full out, and it's not to try to kind of like demean the other person or something like that, but it's just because I want to be able to thoroughly explain myself. So
Hmm.
don't take it as me like trying to just like basically crap over everything that you're doing or something like that, because I imagine to some people that are trying to like figure all this out, and it seems like you've been pretty resilient so far, which is good. But I can imagine like for some people that would be extremely discouraging.
Yeah, I've been working with people in, I believe it was a robotics. I've been working with people on a robotics team that kind of have your style, just in a slightly minor format. So
Yeah,
I can tolerate criticism. Yeah.
good. I'll try to be fair, and I definitely, like I said, I look forward to seeing more with what you come up with. And don't get too discouraged when people don't respond for what was it, 2 days or
Okay.
something like that.
Just too excited, you know that.
I know, and that's the other thing. Like if you go through, I remember this happening so many times on the forum. But it's like you find something that you're really interested in, you bring it to the forum, and
Hmm.
you sort of have to like do that getting out of your own head game a little bit to be like, okay, well, who's in a position to respond to this positively to the effect and to the amount that I want them to at this point in time, especially with a small community. It's going to be a lot lower than you typically think it is. There
Mm.
have been so many times on the forum where people's conversations have just like you could see them just like rocketing up out of nowhere and they immediately just sort of fall away. And you see it happen and you're like, ah, I
Hmm.
wasn't there. Oh well.
Okay.
Boo. It's happened for years.
Well, I'll work on it, and hopefully we can talk again like this when it's complete.
Sure, I'll get to it when I can, and I'll promise I'll take an honest look at it.
Thank you, and I'll see you around.
All right, see you.
This sounds complicated. That was truly complicated. But we did. Well, I'm tired now. I'm gonna go sleep this off, come back tomorrow, and start revising. With that, I'll see you all later. Ciao.